Mr. Jimmy Isu?
I have a client. Well, a friend, actually, that requires your services.
Ifeanyi was fired because he's an albino.
Ifeanyi?
Without these beautiful people, talented people, dedicated, very supportive, there wouldn't have been a film titled The Tribunal. Can we give them a round of applause?
This project was actually like really fun to work on. I've always wanted to work with Kunle Afolayan, so having an opportunity to do that was really great. It was a very easy set. A few people have asked me like, oh, what are your challenges? And I'm like, what are challenges on set? I'm like, I don't really think there were any, actually. It was a very easy shoot. Kunle knows exactly what he wants, and you know, the cast and crew were just amazing and so efficient. So it was just like we showed up and we shot and we went home. Like it was very no drama, no drama, pun intended, on set. Yeah, I got a call. I think Kunle was familiar with some of my work, and I think just from word of mouth and recommendations, I was referred to him, and he was like, oh yeah, and they sent me the script, and I was like, sure, let's do it.
I'm like a fulfilled person now. I did so much. I was dealt with so much by the director and the crew, and I did so much to make sure that I come out very well. And sitting here in the hall looking at myself, and after the whole thing, people said, man, you did a good job. That's the way it goes. I'm so happy and fulfilled that it happened the way I wanted it to be, and thank God. The story is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful story.
Well, I fell in love with two scripts, but then I guess I'm back. They don't just fall in love with two scripts and go away, I guess. But I love the fact that filmmakers are beginning to, for a long time, it was kind of like becoming very stifling and boring and like doing the same things over and over. But I'll say of recent, a lot of filmmakers are taking risks, they're doing great movies, new stories. I mean, not just the ones I have done. I've seen so many movies coming out of recent that are very special, that are very different. You can tell people are pushing the envelope. So it's an exciting time for me to come back.
Playing a lawyer is a very interesting thing for me. I like it, and I think on television or on film, this is the first time I'll be playing a lawyer, but I've done so on stage severally. Yeah.
With Kunle.
Fine, nice, professional. Yeah.
I just wanted to do three different genres. Omotola comedy, erotic, psychological thriller. This is a law drama, and every of those films, every one of them has peculiar subjects, you know, that got treated, and these peculiar subjects they seem to have a cultural root and background, you know, to them, and that is what gives me joy. Tribunal is in a world of its own, and I think it's so intellectual. You know, it's not for people who can, you know, who want to laugh, or anybody who wants to, you know, you don't want to be bored but you want to learn, then this is a film for you, you know. And I'm very excited with the kind of cast, the caliber of cast that I worked with, you know, from Omotola to Bimbo Manuel to Nobert Young, from Adeolu, everybody, you know. I'm really excited about that. You know, so yeah, it's a film for all.
I am Justice T. Coco, the chairman of this convened tribunal.
How many of these other 5 members of staff that were relieved of their positions were albinos?
Mr. Remo claimed that you picked on him continuously.
Total fabrication.
Oyibo bebe, if you eat it bebe, you go yellow. Okay.
And I would especially want to also recognize the Oyibo Pepe, just like Bravo said, Mr. Damilola. Yeah. Then hallelujah, you know, the albino community. Any albino diabetes, what did you know? If you are Igbo, can you stand up, please? Yes, so see. Thanks so much for the support. Everybody is fine. Okay.
I think this is going to create more awareness about what's going on in employment sector with regards to albinism, albinos, do you understand, and how they're treated. And it's also going to kind of like juggle something in the minds of people that like, you know, don't really know much about what is going on, or people that don't have enough information about this lack of pigmentation in the skin. So it's going to bring more awareness to them as well.
It happens every day actually with people. Sometimes it's just jest, sometimes it's the names, sometimes it's much more serious, like in the movie. It's part of life, really.
I would not want to hide behind the fact that there's stigmatization, but for me it's how you see it. You place yourself in a position where you don't feel like anyone can say anything to you that will pull you down. You can't be stigmatized, but stigmatization is actually happening, you get. But me being a victim, well, those that know that I don't see it as anything. You can only be embarrassed if you want to, you get. So that's it for me.
The story for me just reinforced a lot of things that we know or should know, that everyone is equal, everyone needs to be treated with dignity and respect, and that the color of someone's skin or whatever tribe they're from is only one part of who they are as a whole human being. Human beings are multi-layered, they're multifaceted, they're complex, and that we need to see beyond the outward appearance and focus on what's inside.
People are not thoroughly informed about certain things, so they need to be brought to the fore and discussed and talked about. But there's this fight that's been going on for a long time, championed by I've forgotten the man's name, but it's quite prominent. He has this association for albinos, yeah. So the fight has been on, the awareness campaign has been on, yeah. So this is just a furtherance of that, yeah.
Is there anything, reflection from the life Ifeanyi lived in the movie and Dami's real life? Any reflection, anything that you've gone through that Dami went through?
Well, anyway, for me, I've gone through little bits of it, but I've learned early because thanks to my parents, I grew up with a very healthy self-esteem, so it had been very easy for me to overcome anything about stigmatization, and I've always loved myself. I've always been acting since I was a kid, so this was just like a right opportunity for me. But Ifeanyi is a lot different from who I am. Ifeanyi is a little bipolar. He really has that, he really gets upset, he has a temper, but I'm more of a calmer, easygoing, playful, optimistic guy. So, but it was good getting into his shoes and feeling what he felt, and I thank God for it.
Every film is for somebody, you know. Different genre of film have their audience, you know, and you can't completely rule out a genre because of some particular people. You still have to tell your story as a filmmaker, you know. And I have the GM of Golden Effect is albino, and you know, and I've known him all my life really, and I know quite a number of. So I just wanted, and I know that if there is a gathering here and an albino comes in, the reaction will change. So I always ask myself why, you know. So that is why we throw this topic. But beyond that, you know, it's also you know, the kind of politics that goes on in corporate, you know, world. You know, those are the kind of things we also treated.
Mr. Disu, will you please calm your client down now?
Can you please find out where your lead counsel is?
Check this out.
What's this?
It says Mr. Disu is a washed-up barrister. What did you just say?
Yesterday, at the tribunal, you were drunk.
In fact, what I met here tonight, I don't know how I can tell Nigerians that this is more than what you think. Kunle Afolayan, I can say it's BAM. This Tribunal is a movie that I can easily recommend for anybody. If you have been watching Kunle Afolayan's movie, if you have not watched this Tribunal, you are missing. Because when a legal story is being treated this way, it doesn't bore, it's so interesting and well casted and everything. say kudos to Kunle Afolayan. Anyway, I'm happy. Kunle Afolayan is a filmmaker in Africa, in Nigeria. So everybody, I am telling you, I'm confirming it. I am still confirming, reconfirming that go out, go and watch Tribunal. The best now for Kunle Afolayan.